Here's the top limiting mistakes that Grammy Award winner Luca Pretolesi encounters most often. The goal of limiting a track during mastering is to increase average loudness through transparent limiting, ensuring the limiter's effects are inaudible. Mistakes occur when limiting drains the life from a track through improper application, resulting in a loss of dynamics that leaves your record looking like a sausage. The biggest mistake you can make when setting a limiter is not using equal loudness controls or ensuring adequate gain staging during monitoring. We all get excited by the increase in loudness from limiting, but this excitement often tricks our ears with loudness bias, believing something sounds better simply because it's louder. By making this one adjustment, you'll start to hear how much life the limiter takes out of your tracks when it's pushed too hard. In Pro L, you can use the 1:1 setting, which automatically reduces the gain to keep the signal at the same volume level. But a better approach is to hold Option on Mac or Alt on Windows while dragging up the gain slider. This automatically adjusts the output to match, allowing you to hear the effect of limiting without volume bias influencing your perception. In Ozone, you can simply enable the gain match here. Most other limiters also have an output control, which you can manually adjust to taste. The second mistake is not overemphasizing the limiter's effect to understand how it colors the sound. When adjusting the attack and release controls, Luca recommends pushing the limiter close to distortion to hear how it's altering the sound of your track. Once you've done this, any changes you make to the controls should clearly highlight their impact on your mix. In general, you'll want both controls set fast enough to catch the transients and reset before the next one hits. If you're using Pro L, I'll share a description in the pinned comment below that'll explain how the attack and release controls work, which differ from other limiters. A helpful tip when setting these controls is to use a waveform analyzer. This allows you to see how the limiter alters the shape of your music in real time. Keep it open while tweaking the parameters, and you'll notice patterns in how each control shapes the envelope of your music. The third mistake is not using a clipper before limiting to shave off peaks and provide a more consistent level for the limiter. Genres like EDM, hip-hop and rock greatly benefit from this approach, though it's not suitable for every style. Using a clipper at this stage helps maintain the original envelopes of the track, preventing the reshaping that occurs with over-limiting. A general principle here is to control the kick, snare and bass by shaving a few decibels off the transients. The fourth and final mistake is more meta, not understanding how a limiter's controls affect its sound. For example, the look-ahead control on a limiter allows it to anticipate and react to incoming audio before it hits the threshold. By analyzing the signal a few milliseconds in advance, the limiter can apply gain reduction more effectively. With this knowledge, you can decide whether to use it or not based on your desired sound. You might steer clear if you're aiming for an aggressive, on the edge of distortion tonality. Another example is true peak limiting, which detects and controls intersample peaks that occur between digital samples, preventing clipping during digital to analog conversion. However, Luca doesn't favor how true peak limiting sounds on Pro L, noting that it can feel like compression after limiting that alters the transients. Your opinion may differ, and that's perfectly fine. The key is to develop your own perspective so you can best tailor the parameters to suit your desired taste. For another mixing trick from Luca Pretolesi, check out this video to learn how to prepare your tracks for loud masters. Thank you for watching.